Hello everyone. Today I just want to make a simple tier list of all the shop items because maybe it's going to help some people to know what items are actually really bad or what you should consider maybe getting. I think this is going to be useful, especially for like weapon combo and everything. I'm going to rank it as being, in my opinion, the best items, of course, and left to right, from, of course, the best of the category to the worst of the category. This will mainly be for solo. If you're playing co-op, for example, this in solo, it's completely useless, but in like co-op, it could be higher. So this tier list is going to be for solo, but I'm going to try to cover for like co-op if it could be good or anything. All right, let's start. Strength. So strength really fell off. Since strength meta is gone, I would say that it's not really a necessity, especially considering you can have drones. You don't really use it for enemies. You only use it really from like level 1 to 10, and afterwards it's kind of really like situational, but I still think it can be pretty good. For example, a big enemy come charging at you and is very close to you and you don't have time to bring out your weapon. Even with overcharge, you have time to just grab the enemy and put it in the stun state before it reaches you and before you overcharge. So I would say strength is probably still like either A or B. I think more A because of course you can manipulate items way easier. The range. Range is also very good because you can grab enemies from far and items from far, and you can scroll out your weapons from very far. It is actually also very good. I still think it's A. I could play without it, but it would be annoying. I do think that it might be better than the strength, honestly. Debatable. I still think it could be there. Okay. Crouch rest. You can play an entire game without buying a single crouch rest and be completely fine. It's a new upgrade that was added. I think it's stacking crouch rest late game, like very late game, is very useful. But if we're just considering like early to like mid game, it's kind of useless because I feel like you don't really get value from it, especially when you can tumble lunge, like I said. So I would say maybe like in a C. Yeah, I would say C. Upgrade stamina, same there. I personally don't play with these, but of course like these two to go like hand in hand. So if you guys prefer this over tumbling, you could, of course, like it's gonna be higher. But for me personally, I still think that stamina is maybe better actually though. Slightly better because of course you can get yourself out of bad situations with stamina. And the crouch rest is just, I never use it. I always forget about it. It's kind of just you stall after you finish an extract. So really, you could almost go and B. But I'll keep it in C because D was actually like the worst, where it's actually like useless. Sprint speed. This also goes, I think, in B. Hand in hand, of course. Like the yellows go together, go well together. I still think stamina is better than speed. Because speed without stamina is very useless. You just drain it all. That's my logic. Even like a high C maybe. Upgrades are hard. Items might be easier. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it here for now. Health, S, of course. Health is super important, especially the early level. You have 100 HP, and some enemies deal 100 HP of damage. So having at least 1 health and like 120 health. 1 health upgrade to get to 120 health is really good because you don't get one shot anymore by a lot of things that can catch you off guard, like the robe sneaking behind you, the huntsman shooting you. So it's really nice to save your runs, and late game, of course, you want a lot of HP. So I do think that this is probably the best upgrade in the game by far. Because the enemies are so RNG, like you don't know what you're gonna get. There are gonna be situations where you can't avoid taking damage. Tumble Lunch, I think S tier, honestly, or yeah, for me, I think Tumble Lunch is S tier. There's no doubt about that. I still think it's weaker than Health, of course. Double Jump, I skipped it. But wings, before I would have said C, but now I'm learning how to use it. It's kind of annoying combined with tumble launch, but it makes it very easy to go vertically. And I still think at late game, wings are kind of annoying. So I will say, because they're useful for height, a low A for speedrunning, it's higher than for casual runs. Okay, for casual runs, I am going to put it in B actually, yeah. For casual runs, double jump is going to be better. But I do think that maybe a high B, maybe, yeah. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Double jump, that's very important. Not a must, but it saves you from falling in pits a lot and to avoid huntsmen. So like a low S, high A. I'm gonna leave it here. It's between the two really. You can play most of the early game without double jumps if you have wings, but if you don't, yeah, I'm gonna put an S because it makes it so you can see areas that you can not normally go to, and clear some items. So I do think that double jump is gonna go in S. I don't know which one of the two though here. So I think these 3 upgrades are really good. Player upgrade, that's just completely useless in solo. This, I don't know. I don't use it. So yeah, of course, map player count in solo is very useless. In co-op, though, it can be useful if you're the one that goes to the truck early, so you can know if you have to wait for your teammates or not, after, like, before the last extract. So maybe, like, I don't know, a B, but the only problem with this in co-op is that you can only have one. So only one of your players can have the player count. If every player could have it, this would actually be really good because you would have info on if your teammates are dead or no. But right now it's just one player. So if that player is dead, the rest of the team doesn't know if like who's dead or who's alive. So I do think this goes into D. This completely useless as well in solo. In co-op it can be useful for your friends to find your head or giving comms, like, I don't know, there's a huntsman or a robe or something. So it could be useful. In certain situations, I've had some uses with it. But yeah, solo, completely useless. I should even add a category that is F. Because yeah, these two are just a waste of my time and money, and yeah. Okay, so now the medkits. Okay, I have so the thing with the medkits is knowing the prices. So the prices can go from 3 to 6K. For 25 health. 25 health is decent early, especially like, for example, you take damage, you're under 100. 25 health to go back above 100 can be good, but I don't know, man. I feel like medkits are kind of like, it's hard to place medkits in the category. It's very situational. It's not bad. It's never like a waste of money really. So I guess I could put it in C. Same for this medkit, but I guess this one is slightly better. Because from this one is 5,000 to 11,000. Late game 11,000. I think it's after level 10. I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, I don't remember it from the code what level is the cap. I think it's 10 or 15 or something like that. Anyways, so these two I think go like in the same category. I mean, this one is better because yeah, 50 health is kind of a lot. It's a lot of enemies hit because a lot of enemies hit for 50. So yeah, I guess maybe B. This medkit though, 100 HP, really good, really good. Can save your butt a lot. You're getting destroyed by an enemy, you can just instantly regen. 9,000 to 16,000 for this one. So yeah, I do think that big medkits are very clutch. Okay, now drones. Zero grav. So zero grav drone, it would go in S tier, but there is one reason why I am not going to put it in S tier, because the price is pretty expensive. It's kind of annoying to buy, especially early game. 23 to 29,000. If you high roll it, 30,000 is, and it's not like, it's hard to still like manipulate some items, but I will say, it's like Feather Drone. These two are kind of the same drone. It's just you manipulate your items differently, and Feather is just easier to navigate with the items overall. So yeah, I think low S, high A, or like some, yeah, these between these categories. I could have A plus, but whatever. So I think this is good, and you should buy it if you can't find Feather Drone. If not, if you have Feather, always go Feather. I think Feather is just better, way better. Now, this drone, the real drone. Also, Feather is 15 to 18,000. This drone, completely useless. It's only fun to attach to an enemy and just look at him roll, or roll, like attach yourself and just roll around, but it has no purpose. Don't tell me that, well, you can actually attach yourself and go very fast and back to the truck. No, that's just stupid. Like you're gonna fall in the pit most of the time or run into an enemy. This is just completely useless. It's just funny. Indestructible, literally the best item in the game, no doubt. Indestructible, never skip, never. 23 to 30,000 makes it so of course your items don't break. Literally a life changer, a game changer, I should say. So yeah, this is definitely the best item in the game with the health. All right, next we have Recharge Drone. This is really good. I like this drone a lot. I think a bit here, because for example, you carry weapons, or on your other drones, you can just have this drone in your cart, and when one of your weapon or your drone is empty, instead of going back to the truck and buying and recharging your weapon, you can just use this drone and get like one full charge of anything with it. So I like this drone a lot. I use it a lot in my high levels that I have on my YouTube. If you guys are interested, I have a level 200 run and a level 100 run on my YouTube. So, and also level 54 that I failed. But yeah, I'll stream live because I don't know. I feel like just recording is, like you saved or backed up. So like, you know, at least like people know that I didn't like just die and use the backup to just go back. Because consistency is more impressive than the skill you need to get high level. The knowledge is the hardest part, and afterwards it's honestly just easy. Just be careful with pits. But anyways, so yeah, this drone is really good. I like it a lot. I use it a lot. And yeah. So the grenade, very useful. Deals 150 damage, I think, right? Does it deal 150 damage? 160 damage, apparently. Okay, I thought it was 150. Anyways, grenades is really good. It can make it so, of course, you can kill a lot of different enemies that are 150 HP. Sorry, it's a little cold in my room. So I like grenades, but I think they're B tier. Like they're just okay. For the price, they're good. But early game they're good, but they fall off fairly quickly, honestly. So maybe like a high B, like right here or something. Stun grenade, this goes in S. Directly. This for $2,000 you can kill most enemies. The only enemies that are really tight kills are Trudge and the Loom. I guess Elsa, because Elsa is 600 HP. Trudge and Loom, if I remember correctly, are 500. And you don't have time to fully kill them with the stun, with one stun, because the stun is, I think it was reduced. It's not as long as it used to be. Or it's, no, it did not get buffed like the Trank did. So, yeah, I think it's like somewhere like 15 seconds, I think, the stun time. I don't have the info about this right now next to me. I have the wiki, but the wiki is very empty. But yeah, it's around 15 seconds. I think so. Yeah, 15 seconds. It says there, but a question mark, I don't know. Anyways, why this item is really good, because for $2,000 early game, you can kill literally every enemy, any enemy. If you get a double stun, you can maybe kill two, but basically you can drag them left and right and make them take 25 damage very quickly, like twice a second maybe, if you're quick enough. maybe even more. So yeah, this item is really good. No strength required to kill any enemies. So yeah, I will definitely put this in S tier. I think it's a game changer because killing your enemies early is gonna make it so you can loot everything without having to worry about them. And for $2,000, honestly, it is like is worth it. They spawn a lot as well. So yeah. This goes in D tier. I don't even want to talk about this. This is completely useless grenade. It doesn't do anything really. It's bad. I'm not gonna sort D tiers. I think they're all just really bad. You can argue C maybe really like, but I do think it's D. This grenade is C because it deals less damage than the normal grenade. I think it deals 100. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, yeah, 100 damage. So less damage than the regular grenade. 100 is not enough to do anything really. So yeah, I think it goes here. Duct tape grenade, same. They honestly just go here. The only useful thing with duct tape grenade is make them blow up in the extract when you buy them to buy more of these. A little technique that you can try if you want. When this one blows up, it creates these grenades. So if it blows up while you buy, you can buy an infinite amount of these. Well, not infinite amount, but like as much as your truck can stack. So yeah. I don't think this grenade is good at all. It's like you can also another tip thing you can do is if you manage to make this one blow up, you can pick up these grenades and store them in your inventory. But yeah, besides that, these two are interchangeable. Honestly, they're both as bad. I would even argue that this one maybe go in D, because the grenades just go everywhere. They don't really do much. Yeah, I'm gonna just put in D honestly. Landmine, B, maybe better than the grenade. Landmines are nice. They deal 200 damage. And you can pretty much just place it ahead of time and get a free 200 damage and then floor damage, 25 to 50 damage with the collisions around. So I think that this can be like this. I think that these are pretty good. For the, I don't know, maybe like this. No, definitely more like this. There you go. Maybe like this because you have feather that already exist. This honestly, I don't use this thing. So I couldn't tell you, but I think this will all go there with the grenade. I think these two are very useless. I've used it enough. This item, the shockwave. What was it called? The trap zap. Sorry. This is the shockwave mine. This all it does is really just shockwave like the grenade, and it just knocks the enemy around. This is also I honestly never really use that, so I might just put it in. I don't know. I don't use it. Potentially okay. Probably bad. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I don't think it's good at all. All right, the duck, Peter. Peter, useless. Peter is, I'm sorry, he's cute and all, but he's not good at all. He is just completely useless. He just bounces around and yeah, that doesn't do anything, honestly. For the price, what is the price of Peter? Let me see. Peter, where are you? 16 to 20,000. And this thing does 50 damage to monsters. So like, yeah, no, this is not good. Not good at all. All right, to the weapons now, the actual weapons. The frying pan. This is awful. It's okay for the stunts, but 15, 17,000, not good at all. Honestly, bad. Bad. Don't buy it if you can avoid it. Don't. The bat, C tier, I would say, is very fucking expensive. Sorry for the language. It is very expensive. And yes, it knocks enemies around. If there's a pit, it's fine, but it does 20 damage. It's like, what are you gonna do with a bat, honestly? Besides just knocking it in Narnia. I think this is, yeah, the bat is not really good. But maybe I'm wrong. don't use it because I've used it a few times and honestly never saw the value when these weapons exist. All right, the sword. Insta S tier. The sword is 19 to 20,000, deals 50 damage a hit, and has 15 charges. The peeper and the upstreams are 50 health, so you can one-shot them, and you can literally spam every enemy with your 50 damage to kill everything. I do think the sword is probably, besides of course the sledgehammer, the best weapon, melee weapon. One of the few that is useful. So I'm gonna put it in low S because the only reason why I don't put it in A, because yeah, like I would say like S tier is maybe like exaggerated a little bit, even that it should be like here, honestly. Is because mixed with sledgehammer, this weapon is amazing. You can hit an enemy with a sledgehammer for 150 HP, and then it's gonna fall over and probably take 25 to 50 damage, meaning it takes 200 damage naturally. If not, you can just drag them around if you have strength. And then you just pull out your sword and you kill any enemies that have 250 health. And I would say most enemies are 250 health or less. So with one sledge and one sword hit, you can easily kill most enemies. Sledgehammer having 10 charges and the sword having 15, you can definitely wipe your lobby every time consistently. So sledgehammer, a really good weapon. I would say it's probably the best weapon. I will explain why. A lot of people say shotgun is really good, but I will explain why I disagree. I think sledge should go here, right below HP. Really good. Of course, like I just said, the sword and the sledgehammer combo, amazing. 40 to 47,000. Very expensive though. Very expensive, but mid to late game, it's really good if you have the money. Definitely would recommend. Because you make a lot of money if you greed from around like level 5 to 10, and past that you make like 100,000 a day. So yeah, it's really good. The hammer, I don't know why this even exists. This is completely useless. It's funny. It does deal 250 damage and has 250 20 charges. So it can one-shot an enemy, but like, are you really gonna gamble? Like, I don't know. If you want to gamble, it's very unreliable. So I do think that this item is bad. I don't think it's as bad as a frying pan or any of these, honestly. I feel like gambling for the 5% chance of getting the 250 damage is better than any of these three. Honestly, even better than all of these. This could also almost go there. Yeah, this is guaranteed damage, so it should stay at the beginning. All right, next we have the Rod Zap. Okay, Prod Zap. So it kind of grew on me a little bit because it stuns enemies. Very good to get out of bad situations. And you can also stun enemies into pits. But they recover like fairly quickly, yeah, because after 3 seconds. But if you go near a pit and use a Prod Zap, you can literally stun any enemy and put them in a pit. So I think that Prod Zap, 24 to 30,000, deals 8 damage. That's not why you would use a Prod Zap. I think under certain circumstances, this could actually be okay. In a C, I'm never gonna buy this. Never gonna go out of my way to buy this. I don't think it's good. So I would say maybe place it here because I would definitely buy these two before buying any of this. Okay. Now the gun. Gun A tier. Gun is really good. You can also use sledge gun combo if you prefer over sledge and sword combo. The only reason why I prefer sledge and sword combo is because the gun makes a lot of like a noise. So if you're fighting an enemy and then you start shooting, you're gonna aggro all the enemies around, and you don't necessarily want that and make your 1v1 into a 3v1, a 1v3. So I would say that the gun is probably high A here. Also, of course, like certain enemies, like if you get grabbed, because okay, the gun does 80 damage. I forgot to mention 80 damage, so it's around the same as the sword, really. 50, 80, yeah. So like in 2 shots you kill anything that is 150 instead of using your sword 3 times. But yeah, the drawback is I think if you get grabbed by a hidden, you can't really pull it out and kill the hidden with it. If an enemy is rushing you, it could be hard to aim, and you know, like a lot of situations can make it hard to hit the enemy with the gun compared to the sword. So I do think that it is really like one of the best weapons, especially since it's 19 to 20,000. Honestly, I think low S. I think it's better than I might be coping with thinking these two are better. Feather though is pretty good, but if you have strength, don't need feather. So I think under the sword, I think sword is better, but I do think this is one of the best weapons, one of the 4 big good weapons. All right, to the shotgun now. So the shotgun, people are gonna hate me. I think it's awful. I think it goes in C. Why? First of all, 39 to 48,000. This is bad. It's very expensive. Deals 300 damage, but 300 damage if you hit all your pellets, meaning you need to be touching the nose of any enemy that you're fighting. So if you're slightly far, the drop off of the damage is like makes it so you can maybe kill a 250 HP enemy, but at best you're gonna get 300 damage. You can get 300 damage by knocking an enemy with a sledgehammer once, and then a sword a few times, or 2 sledgehammer hits. And why it's even worse is because it has 5 charges. 5 charges is not worth it. 5 charges makes this bad, and it's a gun. So like, of course you can also miss if you're close to an enemy, and then you pull it out, and then you pull it out, but like you're hitting an item while pulling it out, or like, and then I don't know, the angle is bad, and then also every time you shoot, there's a lot of knockback, or I mean recoil, and then you have to just aim again. I don't know. I think this weapon is awful. Of course it's better than these, but I think this goes in C, honestly. I think it's bad. The Trank really good. Trank is going here. Trank early game, probably the best option. It's 15 to 18,000. You can use the same strategy as a stun, but for literally 8 shots. So it's basically a better stun grenade. And late game, it's really good for your extracts, because instead of killing an enemy, if you didn't know, after the last extract, every enemy respawns infinitely. Even if you kill them, they instantly respawn. But with this, what's really good is that after the last extract, you can just put them asleep instead of killing them, and you are guaranteed that they're not going to respawn in front of you. So I think this is really good. And yeah, like I said, early game, so this could even go higher. Trank never failed me. I love Trank. I will always like Trank, whatever they do to this gun. And also it's buff now, so I think it deals the stun for longer. Yeah, 18 seconds now. Yeah, compared to 15 for the stun. So yeah, I would recommend always using Trank. It's really good. Okay, the wait a minute. Okay, now I'm not missing anything. The Bolt Zap. If you guys have watched my Loom video, you'll know why I put this here. I've also used it, of course, like when it released and everything. I made a video about it. It didn't really change. It has a lot of charges, but it stuns an enemy for 1 second. Like, what are you gonna do with 1 second? It does 8 damage. This is completely useless. Still better than these. Yeah, so this is, you don't even have time to kill any enemy that floats out of pits, because you don't have time to push them in the pit before they like unstun or recover from the stun, I should say. Unless you just spam them until they're at the bottom of the pit, but yeah. No, I don't think this is good at all. The Photon Blaster. Wait, no, sorry. The Pulse Pistol. Pulse Pistol does 25 damage, just knocks enemies around. 12 charges. I still think this goes here. I think this is, I'm never gonna buy this. I think it's just silly. Funny weapon, but it's definitely better than this though. Yeah, can deal a lot of physical damage to the enemies by knocking them around. but I still think that I don't know. It's not great, not at all. The Photon Blaster. Also, this is 15 to 18,000, so it's very cheap. But I would not even buy this early game, even if I didn't have any other weapons, probably. Yeah, the Photon Blaster, 39 to 48,000. So 270 damage. I feel like I've one-shotted some enemies with this, like 500 HP enemies. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I think Photon Blaster might be a low B. It has it has 5 shots, which is also why it's not the best, but it can multi-hit and push enemies a lot, so you deal a lot of physical damage to enemies with the environment, like kinematic damage. So I think it's better than shotgun, but I also think it's not I don't think it's the worst weapon, honestly. I've used it a few times and it's not really, it's not bad, but it's not great for 5 bullets and the price that you pay for it. So low B, high C, or even could argue that it goes somewhere around here. Let me think about this one for a second. No, I think, yeah, I think this is fine. Okay. Oops. All right. So Pocket Cart. Oh god, Pocket Cart. Back before these new updates, I would say Pocket Cart is going up there. Few reasons why it's not as useful anymore. First of all, Pocket Cart used to be good for huntsmen, used to be good to push trudge in pits, used to be good to hide from enemies, used to be good to not take damage from mentalists when they grab you, like I think I just said. Used to be good to hide from the peeper. But now there are a lot of buffs to other things that make this A. And I would even say low A. Also, there's a nerf to it now. And when you pull it out, if you don't hold mouse 1 after pulling it out, it's gonna drop after 2 seconds or so, which is really annoying. So I don't think the Pocket Card is as useful as it used to be. I'm sad about it, but also it's kind of a waste of inventory slot once you're better at the game. It's good for, I guess, with cannons, but yeah. So I think Pocket Card is going low A, high B. The reason why all these like what I said is not as useful anymore for example, the Mentalist, is because now while being grabbed by the Mentalist, you can pull out weapons. So you can literally just get out of its grip by killing it while it's grabbing you, which is completely silly, but it's very useful. And also for Peeper, you can use the sword. Since you can now use ranged with weapons, with melee weapons, you can literally just scroll out your melee to the Peeper and kill it. So yeah, the Pocket Card is not, kind of fell off. All right, the cart though is expensive. Wait, let me see, where is it in the list? Okay, Pocket Card is 14 to 18,000, very cheap, and the cart is 39 to 48,000. It's very expensive. Early game, it's not worth it. But late game, oh man, it's so nice with 5 extracts, having like 1 card and instead of like moving it around or like doing a 1 card and unloading all the card to load the second card. It's so nice. It's really nice. So having a second card, even a solo, of course in co-op it's honestly S tier, but in solo, it's still A tier. I think it's still really good, and that it should be somewhere here. Yeah, probably between these drones. All right. So next we have the card cannon. Which one is this? Wait, on the pictures, I don't know which one is what. The laser. Anyways, both go in the same category. So the card cannon. This is the card cannon. Okay, this is the card cannon. This is the card laser. Card cannon, 5 shots for 500 damage. The card cannon is honestly, like, I don't use it a lot because my playstyle doesn't use card cannon. But honestly, I would say it's probably S tier. The only reason it's S tier is because it deals 500 damage. So early to mid game, or more mid game because it's expensive, you can one-shot, trudge, or loom, or anything. But it's 5 charges. So, and you have to use a card to kind of drag it around. So maybe S is too much, but so like A somewhere. Like you're guaranteed to kill like most enemies with it, unless it's animal or something small, I guess. Yeah. Okay, I take it back. It's a really good item, but it has some flaws. It has its flaws. So yeah, maybe I was coping a little bit with the S tier because I do want it to be up there because I think it's a really cool weapon. I think it's nice. So I even think maybe low A somewhere here. Yeah, I think both go here. Cart laser. It's the same price, but you are not guaranteed to kill enemies, but it deals 800 damage. So you can literally like shoot more than one enemy at once. If you manage to shoot the enemy for the entire beam without it like falling over and making it you miss. I still think that it's weaker than the card cannon, but I still think these two are you can always rely on them. So I'm gonna leave them there. The crystal S tier, instantly S tier. You can't use any of these without crystals, so it's you always want crystals. And with the recent update, they capped the scale of the crystals at 12,000. I don't think it's updated. It's like 24,000. I think the max, or 21,000. I don't remember. But anyways, before it used to be scaling infinitely, so would go 200,000 crystal for level 100 and plus, like 200,000 for a single crystal. Now it's 20,000 for a single crystal. So this item is amazing. It makes it so you can use any weapons, any of this in the list, without any issue. Yeah, I think it's really good. Okay, so do I even talk about these two? All right, so extraction tracker, completely useless. Honestly, it's just funny, useless. Invaluable tracker, useless. I'm not gonna even talk about these two. If you know, you know. They just track valuables and extractions. Just complete useless items. The duck bucket. The duck bucket was interesting. Not really useful. It also goes in D tier. Where in D tier though? It can still be more useful because you can actually just glide in it and go super fast, and it's pretty cool. And also, I guess you can put it on Elsa or a duck, and you can hide in it. So better than any of these, but yeah, somewhere around here. Phase bridge, also useless. Not as useless as these two. It requires battery. It's janky. You might fall. It might, I don't know. I think the phase bridge is bad. I think it's a fun addition, but I think it's funny, something like that. I don't think it's cool, but I don't think it has its purpose really. And this is, it's bad. It's literally the it's the zero gravity drone, but as an orb, and it just makes it so things around it are no gravity. It doesn't follow, or yeah, I don't see the point of this item. Honestly, it's really bad, and it costs 43,000. It like, what are you supposed to do with this? This is ridiculous. Like, it's awful. There's nothing to say about it. So yeah, this is my tier list. Let's go over it really quickly. I think everything is in order. Yeah. I think this is pretty much it. So if you guys want to see more tier lists for enemies or maps, they're definitely going to be shorter. I might make it if you're interested in it. But yeah, if you don't already follow me, I make a lot of repo content, and I plan on making content for different games in the future. I've been busy with school, so of course I've been uploading less. I have a lot of tutorials on repo for a lot of different things, and I play this game a lot, so I know most of the game inside out. Even on the code perspective, I deep dived into everything and how it works. So yeah, if you want to see more of it, you can follow my channel. Yeah, you might learn a lot. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys if you made it all the way here, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.